Hello students, next we'll start with contract costing. Okay, I hope you are clear with job costing. This is the third subhead, third topic we have on second chapter, right? First was output costing, second was job costing, and now we have it as contract costing. Okay, so what is contract costing? Job costing we all know, right? Job costing means what? Finding out or ascertaining the cost of each job, right? Output costing means finding out or ascertaining the cost of each unit or product unit. Now, contract cost means what it is. We are maintaining costing records for the purpose of contracts or to find out the contract cost. Okay, so we'll see the meaning of it first. It is a form of job costing. So contract costing is considered as one of the form or one kind of job costing it is, but not exactly the job costing here. Okay, it is employed in business undertakings, engaged in business building constructions, bridge constructions, etc. Means all contract works. Okay, where we are going to apply it, where it is the business or the industries which are involved in construction or construction works, either it is building or bridge or road, whatever. Okay, so which we can give a contracts. And secondly, therefore there are two parties involved. Okay, in contract costing we have two parties, you know, right? Contract means there has to be two parties here. That is, one is contractor, one more it is contractee. Okay, one is contractor, one more it is not contracted, contractee it is. So who is the contractor then? The person who undertake the contract, we call him as a contractor, and the person who give the contract, we call him as a contractee. Okay, 2 marks they will ask who is contractor and contractee. So contractor is a person who undertake the contract, contractee is a person from whom the contract job is undertaken, or the person who give the contract, we call him as a contractee here. Okay, I hope you are clear with this. Next we'll see the difference between job costing and contract costing. Okay, so what is the first difference we have? Each contract is treated as one cost unit. So under contract costing, one contract we consider as the cost unit, and under job costing, each job or one job we consider it as a one unit. Okay, then in contract costing, work will be done at site. Now building, you're going to construct the building at the site where it has to be, where the building has to be situated, but job always is done in factory, not at the site. Okay, in contract costing, the size of the work is large compared to job costing. In job costing, the work will be less. Okay, small works will be having. Then it is applied to the industries who are involved in construction works, and job costing, which are will be involved, the industry will applied to the industries which are involved in production as well as providing the services, or production industries or service industries. But contract costing, compulsorily it is applied where the construction is, where the business involved in construction. Okay, then profit is calculated on incomplete contract also, because contract means it cross more than 1 year. So under contract, what we will do, we will calculate interest on incomplete works also. But in job costing, after completion of each job, we will find out the profit here. Then all the expenses are chargeable directly to the contract account, means all the expenses we are going to record directly in contract account here. But in job cost sheet we will prepare, right? So all the expenses will be chargeable to the cost sheet under different heads. We all know the different heads, right? Overheads, we have different overheads. So under that we will charge all the expenses, or we will record all the expenses. But under contract account or contract costing, we will record all the expenses in contract account only. The next you have, the number of contracts are less because we have lengthy work, right? It is a heavy work or large work, duration is more, so contracts will be less. But job costing, due to short duration, we can have many jobs here. Then indirect costs are less. In contract costing, direct costs are more, indirect costs are very less. But in job costing, indirect expenses are more than direct expenses. This is about differences between contract costing and job costing we have. So any 5 you can remember, so that if they ask 2 marks also you can write any 2, or 5 marks also if they ask you can write any 5 out of it. Then terms used in contract costing. Which all terms we are going to use under contract costing? First one, it is contract price. What it is contract price? It is the price of the contract agreed to be paid by the contractee to the contractor on completion of the contract. Means contract price nothing but the amount payable by the contractee to the contractor. Okay, so we call it as contract price. The next we have it as advance. Okay, it is the money paid by the contractee to the contractor before commencement of the contract. Sometimes it is on demand of the contractor. Okay, means when you give some contract to someone else, some advance amount you will pay them to start the work. That is called advances here. Then earnest money deposit, means some amount for the betterment purpose. We will give some amount as a deposit to the contractor here. That is called earnest money deposit. Then next we have it as subcontract cost. Now we will give one contract. Along with that, if they are maintaining any subcontracts, or now for example in building construction, electricians will be different subcontract. Water connections, plumbers work will be subcontract. So for that, what we will pay the cost, we consider it as subcontract cost. So only they are given, it is the cost of subcontract carried out by the subcontractor. Okay, in contractor also we have two, main contractor and subcontractor. It is paid by the contractor to the subcontractor. So this is the amount which who is going to pay it? Contractor will pay to the subcontractors, not the contractee directly. Okay, contractor will pay the contract amount only to the contractor. The next we have work certified here. What it is work certified? It is the part of contract work completed and which is certified by architect. Okay, he will write a report how much the work been completed and he will sign on it. That is work certified. Means work which is completed, okay, part of your contract account and which is certified or which is duly signed by the architect. Okay, he will mention at what duration you have written, at what duration how much you have completed the work. He will certify that. We call it as work certified here. So how to calculate work certified then? Work certified we can calculate with the help of formula. Work certified equal to cash received plus retention money, or else one more formula we have. Work certified equal to contract price into work certified as a percentage of contract price. They will mention it in the problem. Okay. Or else work certified equal to cash received divided by cash received as percentage of work certified. Okay. According to problem, we'll apply these formulas. Mainly we'll apply these two. Work certified equal to contract price into work certified as a percentage of contract price. Work certified equal to cash received divided by cash received as a percentage of work completed or work certified. Okay. The next we have accounting treatment. How we are going to record this work certified? It is credited to contract account. So where we will record work certified? Credit side of contract account under the head of work in progress. Okay. Then it is debited to contractor's account. If we are preparing contractor's account, then it is debited to their account and credit side of contract account. Okay, under the head of work in progress. The next we have work uncertified. Work certified we know now, right? The work which is completed and which is certified by the architect or the signed by architect. We call it as work certified. Then what is work uncertified? It is the part of contract work completed which has not been certified by an architect. Okay, we call it as what? Work uncertified. Means it is the work completed but not certified by the architect. We call it as work uncertified, and it is also part of work in progress. Both are work certified as well as work uncertified. Both it is a part of work in progress. Then accounting treatment. How we will do accounting treatment? Work in progress, work uncertified, credited to contract account, where we will record it work uncertified under the head of work in progress. We will record credit side of contract account and debit side to work in progress account. Okay. So how we will calculate work uncertified? Total cost incurred till date minus cost of work certified. Okay, or total cost incurred till date into percentage of cash received divided with percentage of total work done till date. Okay, percentage, remember. So work uncertified, we have two formulas here: total cost incurred till date minus cost of work certified, or else total cost incurred till date into percentage of cash received divided by percentage of total work done till date. Okay, and next we have work in progress. So what it is work in progress? It is the total of work certified and uncertified. In other words, we can say it is a part of total contract which has been actually completed up to the specific duration. So work in progress, in simple you can write, it is the total work or the combination of work certified and work uncertified. Okay. Then next we have architect's certificates. Okay, it is a certificate which is given by the architect for completion of the contract. Okay, or stating, he will write the amount of contract, how much amount means contract price, how much we are having, and amount of work completed during a specific duration, means he will write both. Okay, how much contract price you have, how much work been completed, and duration. Okay, at what duration you have completed how much work. The next we have cash received on account. This is the amount received by the contractor from the contractee. Okay, what it is? It is the amount which is received from the contractor, which is received by the contractor from the contractee. Means contractor will receive some amount from the contractee. Here we call it as cash received on account. The next we have cash received. It is a part of value of work certified which is paid by the contractee as a percentage of work certified. Now what the architect will do, whatever the work you have completed, he will certify it. On that basis, the contractee will pay some amount as a cash. Okay, some amount to the contractor, that we call it as cash received here. It is always on the basis of percentage, on the percentage of work certified, how much work been certified, on that certain percentage, 75 or 80% or 90%, like that he will pay the cash. That is cash received we have. Then how to calculate cash received? Value of work certified minus vention money. Okay, normally first formula we won't apply, second formula we have to concentrate more. Cash received equal to work certified into cash received as percentage of work certified. Okay, here it completes your theory part. Next we have problems which are of 5 marks, section B. Okay, I'll explain it in the next class. Till then, in this theory part, if you have any doubt, get it clarified, write down the notes. Okay, write down everything in the notes. Next class I'll explain the problems, 5 marks problems I'll explain, then we'll move on to 15 marks. Okay, contract account and balance sheet. Okay, next class I'll explain only section B problems first, then we'll move on to 15. Okay, if you have any doubt in this, get it clarified. Meet you in the next class. Okay, till then, take care.